Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The following video will contain spoilers for the synopsis of the Flash episode Invincible. So, if you don't want anything spoiled or ruined for you, stop watching now. I'll also be covering a lot of things that happened in the recent season of Arrow, particularly the episode titled 1159, where a major character died for bull reasons. So, once again, if you don't want anything spoiled for you, stop watching now. Alright, hey guys. Alright, so, I actually thought about doing this video a couple weeks ago, but since I have a little extra time, I thought I'd go ahead and try to do it now. Now, why am I doing a video explaining Black Siren? Well, it's something that needs to be explained a little bit. See, here's what's going on. A few weeks ago, in the episode of Arrow titled 1159, it looks like Dinah Laurel Lance, aka the Black Canary, had her identity exposed, stabbed, and she died in the hospital. It's a lot of just crap, and trust me, the only reason I hate censorship. Anyone that knows me knows I hate censorship. The only reason I'm holding back is because I know that this is going to get passed around quite a few groups and stuff on Facebook and whatnot, and they're family friendly. Although my opinion of what happened, particularly with Mark Guggenheim's choice, is not family friendly. So I'm trying to be nice, okay? I really am. Trust me, you'll probably get to hear me say a lot more nasty things in the future. In fact, I'm going to say something that I've been trending on Twitter here for a bit that I'll give a little spoiler warning before the video in case your ears are a little sensitive, you don't want to hear it. So, I'll just say that. Anyway, Black Canary is a character that's been spanning back from, for decades back. She was originally a Golden Age character. She was with the Justice Society. She actually was originally starting off as a villain, but people liked her so much she actually became a hero. Originally, her name was Dinah Drake Lance, but eventually her daughter, Dinah Laurel Lance, took up the mantle of Black Canary, so it's in the family. Technically, Alex Kingston, who plays her mother, Dinah Drake Lance, I was wondering if we were ever going to see any kind of history about her possibly of ever donning the fishnets, but no sign. Anyway, Black Siren was actually a knockoff of Black Canary, a parody, if you will, that we first saw in an episode of the Justice League, where several members cross over into something that I was expecting the Justice Society, but they had a knockoff of that because at the time they were trying to get the Justice Society to have their own cartoon. So instead we got pastiches of them known as the Justice Guild. So we had the Green Guardian instead of Green Lantern, and we had the Black Siren instead of Black Canary. Now, everyone knows that she was supposed to be the Black Canary, although in that episode she was a little more domesticated. Typical thing from the 1950s and 60s. When she wasn't fighting crime, she was cleaning up, tidying, the headquarters and baking cookies. A little dismissing, I know, but that was then. So, why am I bringing this up? Well, it's simple. After Dinah Laurel Lance, played by Katie Cassidy for several years on Arrow, her character was killed off, but now it looks like she's coming back on The Flash as a metahuman villain called Black Siren. Now, as I was saying, this video is titled Black Siren Explained. Let's take a look at certain things we know about Earth 2. Now, in some cases things are opposite, in other cases they're just a little different. For example, in that universe, Barry Allen wasn't working the crime lab the night that the particle accelerator happened, so he ever became the Flash. We've got where instead of Captain Cold or Citizen Cold being a villain, Mayor Snart was mayor of Central City. So that was interesting. And in that universe, instead of Oliver Queen surviving on the island of Yanmu and coming back, becoming the Hood, then the Arrow, then Green Arrow, in that universe we actually saw that Robert Queen, his father, had actually somehow survived. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Robert actually did, being an older gentleman, to survive the way he did. He probably ended up taking Mirakuru. It wasn't just training. That was probably what gave him an edge. And it looked like in one episode of The Flash earlier this season that he was actually even captured, and he was referred to as the Hood. So, why is this significant? Okay, well, in that universe, it looks like Robert, not Oliver, had survived, which means Ollie, more than likely, did die. Now, let's look at Laurel. Childhood sweetheart growing up and loved Oliver, and of course so did her sister, Sarah. And it looks like Sarah cheated on him and went with Oliver and them on the Queen's Gambit. It went down, and it was believed that Sarah died, Oliver died, and all these things. And that devastated Laurel. I mean, she was dealing with addiction problems and stuff in a regular continuity. But eventually, thanks to a support structure and Oliver coming back and taking care of things like that, she eventually found more strength. When Sarah came back, she started to believe in things again. And when she lost her sister again, she started to train to get revenge and eventually became the Black Canary. Let's look at the alternate path of Earth 2 and the possibility. On that Earth, it's probably that Oliver Queen did die. In fact, probably, more than likely, so did Sarah. She was not rescued by the League of Assassins, not trained to become the Canary. So there are no references to a canary at all in here. Sirens in mythology are beings who are beautiful, who tend to also lure sailors and that to their death. So in this reality, I could see somehow that Laurel blaming herself, or things just going so horribly wrong that sends her down the path of becoming a villain. So much so that instead of the artificial canary cry, which was supposed to mimic a metahuman ability anyway, she actually does become metahuman in Earth 2, but she's so far down that path she's joined Zoom. Now, is this from pressure, from trying to find a place to belong? Is she just still going through a mourning period? Not entirely sure, but I'm sure we're going to get into that coming up in the episode of Invincible. A lot of people are speculating that with her being Black Siren and actually having metahuman abilities, is it possible that since Laurel is dead in our reality, is she going to somehow see the light, come over into Arrow, and she's going to become the new Black Canary? Metahuman powers and all? It's a great idea, and I personally would love to see that. Because Mark Guggenheim and the Arrow Writers Room definitely needs to fix their little screw-up that they did. I've made videos expressing my opinion about what happened with the No Laurel, No Arrow. Seriously. As a matter of fact, as you can probably tell by my little opening thing, I got the little hashtag No Laurel, No Arrow. And, well... Remember that part I was warning you about, that in case a certain language might be of a frank and explicit nature and you might feel easily offended by it? Yeah, if that's the case, stop watching now. Everybody that can't handle it gone? Okay, good. I posted this on Twitter a couple weeks ago, and it seems to actually have been trending. I think since Mark Guggenheim, the producer that had the brilliant idea of killing off Laurel's character, was also tagged in. He must have seen this by now. But in case you guys actually want to hear the words be said, this is what I said on Twitter. May Mark Guggenheim be anally violated by a pack of warthogs with syphilis. No Laurel, no Arrow. Hashtag pucker up, Mark. I couldn't resist. Anyway, that's just how I feel. I would love to see this rectified and somehow fixed. I mean, Greg, a lot of Mark and several other people are also producing Legends of Tomorrow, and that involves time travel. Will we get to see some kind of rectification there, or some kind of problems get fixed with Laurel being resurrected or brought back? Don't know. I'd like to see it. Fingers crossed. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I'm just trying to give a possibility of thought of what could have inspired Laurel to go down a very dark road. Was it a combination of the pills she was taking, or alcohol? A combination that exposed to the particle accelerator gave her her power. I don't know. It's only going to be shown in one episode, and we don't know if she's going to be coming back in the season finale of season 2 of The Flash. So she just might be a one-off and one of the people leading Zoom's army. So it's still going to be pretty cool to see. So, what do you guys think? Do you think I might be onto something? Could that be part of the tragic past? Will Black Siren eventually see the light and join up on Earth 1 as Black Canary? Time will tell, but let me hear your opinions. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around, and let's get a discussion going here. So, what do you think? Until next time, Dave signing off. Peace. Yum yum.